Jeri Ryan's Captain 7 of 9 needs to have an iconic Star Trek moment to follow in the footsteps of previous captains of the Starship Enterprise. In the epilogue of Star Trek, Picard Season 3, 7 of 9 became captain of the USS Enterprise G, itself formerly known as the USS Titan. A7 spent 2 years at the rank of commander thanks to a field commission from Admiral Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, and served as the Titan AS first officer, under the command of Captain Liam Shaw, Todd Stashwick. Commander 7 attempts to resign from Starfleet following the Titan's harrowing fight against a new form of Borg but accepts Shaw's recommendation for promotion. Star Trek, Picard Season 3's epilogue neatly sets up Star Trek, Legacy, a potential sequel series featuring Jeri Ryan as Captain 7 of 9. Other alumni from Picard Season 3 that would also appear in Legacy include Michelle Hurd as Seven's first officer, and on-again, off-again love interest, Commander Rafaela Musiker, Ed Spaliers as Ensign Jack Crusher, and Ashley Sharp-Chestnut as Lieutenant Sidney LaForge. Although Star Trek, Legacy isn't included on the slate of upcoming Star Trek shows just yet, there's a particular role that Captain 7 of 9 needs to fulfill should Star Trek, Legacy hit our screens. Captain 7 of 9 needs to give Star Trek's iconic space. The Final Frontier speech. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Captain 7 of 9 needs to give Star Trek's iconic space, the Final Frontier speech. The iconic opening monologue is featured in 3 different Star Trek shows about the USS Enterprise, so it's become a tradition for the Enterprise captain to open their Star Trek show with it. Captain James T. Kirk, William Shatner, Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, and Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, all recited the familiar monologue over their show's opening credits. Should Star Trek, Legacy get made, Captain 7 of 9 needs to follow in their footsteps with her own version of Star Trek's narrative introduction. Opening Star Trek, Legacy with the traditional monologue would help cement 7 of 9 as captain of the Enterprise. After Star Trek, The Next Generation included a slightly revised version of the opening monologue from Star Trek, the original series, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine and Star Trek, Voyager did away with opening speeches altogether. Star Trek, Enterprise's lyrical theme song negated the need for a monologue, and instead made the famous speech unique to captains of ships named Enterprise by attributing the in-universe words to Captain Jonathan Archer, Scott Bakula. Star Trek, Strange New Worlds confirmed the tradition with Captain Pike bringing space, the final frontier, back at long last. When will Star Trek fans see Captain 7 of 9 again? The fate of Star Trek, Legacy remains in limbo. It will probably be a long time before Star Trek fans see Captain 7 of 9 again. There are no current plans to make Star Trek, Legacy in any form. An ongoing USS Enterprise G TV show was clearly set up in Star Trek, Picard, and showrunner Terry Matalas would still make Star Trek, Legacy even if it takes a while. Paramount's ongoing budgetary concerns, pending studio sale, and Legacy's potential cast scattered to new projects mean it's more likely that Star Trek, Legacy might be a Paramount Plus streaming movie, especially if Michelle Yeoh's Star Trek, Section 31 does well enough to warrant further ventures into a long-form format. A series of streaming Star Trek movies starring Jeri Ryan as Captain 7 of 9 might just be the best option for Star Trek, Legacy at this point. With serialized movies, audiences could check in on the continuing mission of the USS Enterprise G on a semi-regular basis, not unlike the serialized story told in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan through Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. Whatever format sees Captain 7 of 9 return to Star Trek, it'll be great to hear Jeri Ryan giving Star Trek's iconic opening speech as the brand new captain of the USS Enterprise G.